right, question of the day. What is your favorite civilization building game? That's right, we're taking a look at Path of Civilization today. Now, also, what are your favorite games that are kind of distilled forms, even if a title is in it, doesn't have the, let me give you an example. This game plays really quickly, plays simultaneously, but it's called Civilization, so most people go, oh, Civ, like Civ 6, 6, 7, or whatever, but it's not, right? It's not that kind of a game. So let me know in the comments below, twofold, what's your favorite game that is a civilization style game, or at least that theme? And two, what is your favorite game that has flavors of something, but maybe isn't exactly what the title may say? So let's take a look at how Path of Civilization plays. We'll come back up, talk final thoughts right now. Oh, wait, first, sorry. Let me just mention something. There's art controversy out there. The internet's a silly place. I hate internet arguments and stuff like that. I think they're silly and unproductive. So I'm not going to address it as far as should, shouldn't, anything. So what I did was, in my rubric, I took the art category out completely, and we'll drop it a little bit because I don't really want to deal with it. Honestly, I don't want to deal with it in the comments. I don't want to deal with it anywhere. I just want to play this game and enjoy it, okay? So let's take a look at that, and we'll come back up, talk final thoughts. All right, this is Path of Civilization. Not plural, not paths, not multiple civilizations, but Path of Civilization. This game is a civilization-based game, but it is played pretty much simultaneously. Now, what I love about that is, much like Terraforming Mars, everything you have for currency is out here, and when it goes into a tray, it becomes that currency. So that is now philosophical points. If it were here, it'd be points to build buildings. So this is in media res, and I always tell you that because basically I don't want you to see the game from the beginning setup. I want you to see it kind of in the middle. You're going to start with some starter technology cards. Now, these will have nothing on the left, and why that matters, so we got rituals, hunting, you got 5 actually. Nothing on the left. When you put them on your player board down here, anything you put on your left will key in B, which would be phase B. So phase A is you're going to set your cards out. Anything on the left, you're going to gain in phase B. So that would be cubes. So you gain on this one, as we get further in the game, 2 blue, 1 red, 2 gray, 1 purple, and 1 red. You'll put those cubes out there. In D, basically everything on the right will queue from these 2 cards. So this will give me 2 on this research track, 2 on that, 2 on that, and 1 on that. The reason that matters is, as the phases go along, as I said, it's a simultaneous game. You must move up on the philosophical track, which means if you have cubes here, you have to spend them to move up on this track over here. You'll gain the bonuses associated with them. If you're the first one there, you get to choose the bonus. Then you can choose to buy some of these wonders, some of these leaders based on this down here. You can choose to buy that based on that. So this leader here costs 2, or sorry, this wonder costs 2, that wonder costs 4, and you'll be able to buy them. You'll gain the immediate bonus if it gives it to you, and at the end of the game, they'll be worth points. Another interesting concept about this game is you're always going to have a set amount of cards, which means at the end of your round, you're going to discard a card into your ancient history or graveyard, whatever you want to call it. Now, anything you have here in the leader section will give you the benefits of the leader during the set phase in which it allows you to have it. Maybe it's B, maybe it's D, maybe it's instantaneous, either way. Another cool thing here is, before we get to phase D, this is the order in which you're going to buy things. So if 2 of you, because here's the simultaneous part, if 2 of you want the same leader, let's just say we both want the Notre Dame. Whoever has the highest priority of the prayer hands there, the philosophical cards, will gain that first. So this one would beat that one over there, and this one would beat both of them because the philosophical cards are first. So that is how you buy those cards, and it fixes the idea of being a simultaneous game. You'll then buy one of the research cards. You can only buy 1 technology card at a time, and you spend that based on your level here. So we have currently 5 or 6 in the blue. We could buy this one or this one. If you had 7, you could buy the next level up, and then 10 would allow you to buy that. And you'll see the cost is in the top left, what it gives you on the left of B phase and then D phase, and the type of card it is. Then you'll move into, once you bought your cards, you'll move over here to the end of the round. Now, I'm going to show you two types of cards. So you've got a battle and you've got a challenge. Now, this would be whoever's first on that track right there, which you can move up by kabooms, as we call them. You move up one space. And if you have cubes in the red area, you can spin those cubes to move up 2 spaces on that. If you beat that red guy there, he's kind of a dummy player, and no matter the player count, but he can kind of take the first place victory from you. So let's say you're in first place, you'll get both of these benefits plus the points. If he was in front of you, the red player, you would gain second place, and then so on. The challenge is something that everybody will get the benefit of. So this one's actually 2 purple, which is good because that lets you buy leaders. And then you're going to take all of your orange symbols from your cards, whether that be leaders, whether it be technology cards. You're going to add them to what you have in the yellow scribes. You'll pull those scribes out, and then you'll get the victory points for that. And then based on the round, you're going to take that amount and divide it by a certain number to get another type of point, whether it be a research point, whether it be points out here. Either way, the point is you're going to use that every time, that very same rubric, to get points, and then divide it to get more points. The game will play in 9 rounds. The person with the most points wins the game at the end of the game. All right, that is Path of Civilization. Now, as you know, we've got a rubric system in which we talk about concept, board layout, mechanic, art direction. We'll skip art this time, gameplay, and rule book. We're going to take those, we're going to aggregate that together and make a final score right over here. So first and foremost, concept. I give it a 6, actually, because Civilization, while I love history, specifically the Cold War, it's my jam. I love history. It's not the most riveting concept for somebody else, maybe necessarily. So I give it a 6 because it's been done. We've had Civilization games around as long as there's been gaming. Some of the most popular video games of all time are Civilization games, right? So board layout, this I give a 9. I really like it doing unique mechanics and doing different things, but I also notice and really appreciate that everything is on the board for you. Like, you can see which phase you're in. Everybody, including the people we just taught the game to, were easily able to go, oh, we're in phase D, we're in phase C. And part of that helps the simultaneous nature of the game, which I really like. So the board layout's really good. Everything has a place. There's a place for everything, and it's very easy to see. Not to mention those trays are really nice. We'll talk about that in art direction, but the board layout and components, very nice. Mechanics. The mechanics of this are a 9 as well for me. Here's why. I really love cards that do different things depending on where you put them. So if you put the cards on this side of the board, you get the symbols for the cubes to use as currency. If you put them on this side of the board, you use them for research points to make your stuff better, which is such a great concept. And then you spin the research points. Now, another thing I like about that is it forces you to buy a research card because you only have 5 at minimum cards in your hand, and you're really never going to get too many more than that. So really, really, really enjoy that, and that you have to get rid of one of your cards. And at a certain point, because it's 9 rounds long, you're going to get rid of a card that you bought. Now, it may just be the early one, but every time you lay those cards down, you go, ooh, do I want this side or do I want that side? It's a really cool thing there. So board layout, mechanics, art direction is an 8. The one thing I dinged it for this, because the symbols are all there, everything's on the board, you can see it, you really don't have to look up much. The one thing you do have to look up is what some of the cards do, whether the events or the battles, and some of the leaders you're going to have to look up in structures to see what exactly that means. So the art direction is not the clearest from just looking at a symbol, if that makes sense. Like, if you see a little thing, you don't go, oh, that has to mean this. You sometimes go, I'm not 100% sure on that. The other thing is you have to buy the research cards, right? And the cost of them, and this is something you learn in the rules, the cost is your little disc that you move down. However, you get bonuses from those trays, those really nice trays. I like those. But you do have to put the stickers on the first time you play. Ooh, that was a pain. It would look to an outsider that the cost of those research cards is actually the bonus, but it's not. It's the other way around. So that is art direction. It's an 8. We're skipping art. Gameplay is a 9. I really like this gameplay. I really, really like what you do. I like how at the end of every round there is that battle or event that is just, it's never negative. Like, at no point do you go, oh gosh, I'm going to lose points, or I'm going to lose position or things or whatever. Everything's positive. It's just you could get more positive bonuses by playing your game according to those events that round or that battle that round. So The other thing I really love is the simultaneous gameplay. That really makes this a win, because if this game was played the same but not simultaneous, oh my gosh, it would take forever. However, that simultaneous gameplay makes it so incredibly fast, and I really like how conflicts are handled when it comes to, well, I want that card. Well, no, I want that card. Okay, what's your player board say? You've got priority, take that card. So that's a 9 for me as well. Rulebook's an 8.5. Every card is in there. The glossary's in there. It shows you what every card does. You can learn the game very easily from reading this rule book. I read it straight through and learned it very quickly. It's a very, very, very easy to understand rule book. So at the end, that comes out to an 8.25, I believe. I'm looking at the thing. So at the end, aggregated together, that comes out to an 8. In the middle there, we're going to round up to an 8.5. Because I really like this game. There's a good chance this will be my game of the year. I really, really, really enjoy this game. So that is Path of Civilization. I'm Bryan Drake, still at the hotel here. That's why we've got the different camera look. Until next time, make sure to check out our merch store at dicetowerstore.com, as well as reselling board games on District. This is a really cool place where you can check out some new and used board games, and you can sell your own. So check that out. I'm Bryan Drake. Until next time, I'll see you.